Welcome back to Ride JBI. This is JB. Today we finished a suspension revalve on this 2020 Yamaha YZ250F KYB suspension. This is the second generation of the KYB SSS twin chamber spring forks. This second generation first came out in 2018 on the Yamaha YZ450F, and then in 2019 the Yamaha YZ250F followed suit. One of the main changes / upgrades to the second generation KYB SSS fork was the fork damping cartridge was increased 1 millimeter in diameter. So that also increased the diameter of the mid-valve piston, aka the rebound piston. The free piston design was updated to a thicker and more durable design. The previous one was prone and commonly cracked or fractured during use, and the new design also has a vent inside of it also. The mid-valve is called a trampoline mid-valve, or aka leaf spring mid-valve design, and those would be kind of the three main highlights of the Gen 2 KYB SSS spring fork. At Ride JBI, we feel like all these upgrades and updates were in the right direction and an overall improvement for this fork. Some off-road guys have maybe struggled because of the new mid-valve design on these forks. It is a little more aggressive than past. But at Ride JBI, we've done a lot of testing and tuning with the leaf spring mid-valve design, and we've come up with some really good results that are definitely equal to the previous mid-valve design on the KYB SSS forks. Truth be told, we actually favor the leaf spring design for its tunability and responsiveness. Understandably, it is a little more complex and complicated in setting up, but the results tend to be well worth the effort. This suspension was revalved to the JBI suspension motocross spec. The Yamaha is already known for very good stock suspension. So at Ride JBI, we're not reinventing the wheel or doing anything crazy. Instead, what we're doing is focusing on a few key areas on the forks and shock, modifying those, and making a good handling bike become an even better handling bike. Ride JBI has a lot of experience with the Yamahas, especially since 2006 when this KYB SSS suspension first came out. So that's about 13 years of tuning on this Yamaha platform. It's been a lot of fun over the years watching the changes and updates that they've done, not only to the suspension, but to the chassis and the frame as well, and what effects that has on the handling and feel of the motorcycle. As you can see, we changed out the bladder cap on this shock. Reason being we do that is the stock cap does not have a Schrader valve on it. Instead, it is a rubber plug that you pierce with a needle. While that self-sealing plug usually works, sometimes they do leak and all the nitrogen leaks out and the shock performs very poorly. So at Ride JBI, we like to change out the bladder cap for one with a Schrader valve. This bladder cap here, I believe, is from Enzo Racing. Ride JBI has tested, tuned, and developed many suspension settings for this KYB suspension in the Yamaha platform. We have settings for all the different types of off-road racing, motocross, supercross, arena cross, and freestyle motocross. If you'd like Ride JBI to do your suspension, please give us a call or send us an email. We can discuss the year, make, and model of your bike, which options are available, and which setup would be most advantageous to you. All JBI suspension services and parts can be found at ridejbi.com.